Ginebra versus Blackwater. To be quite honest, itong game na to medyo hindi ganun ka-interesting. Pero nevertheless, it was a bounce back game mula sa Barangay Ginebra. Disappointing loss last game. Opener game nila. Hindi nga lang disappointing na-disappoint din yung performance ni Riley Grigsby who had 40 plus that game pero walang local na nagpakita. Pero this time, kabaliktaran. Merong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 Ginebra players na nasa double digits, at least 11 points. And si Riley Grigsby only had 18, hindi na kinailangan. Priority rin naman daw niya sa game na to get his teammates involved. And nakita natin na merong effort from him na mas aralin at mas laruin yung sistema ng Ginebra. At mas medyo nasasanay na siya. Meron pa rin mga turnovers, may mga pasa pa rin na medyo wala sa pocket. Pero unti-unti niya nang nagigets, thankfully. Pero in terms of their locals, finally, yung 0 points last game, si Stephen Holt finally showed up. Hindi ako magiging pessimist this time. I hope masustain niya to and ma-realize niya na every time na nag-a-attempt siya at nakakascore siya, nanalo palagi ang Ginebra comfortably. Sana ma-realize niya yun kasi very important yung role niya. And hindi naman siya banu alam mo yun, hindi naman banu si Stephen Holt. Sometimes lang talaga nawawala siya sa action, and this game, he showed up with 19 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and jump ball pa lang, meron na agad siyang possession na nakuha for Ginebra. Nag-dive agad siya. So maybe that set the tone for the team. And for the others, Ralph Koo had 11, Pinto, consistent as usual. Troy Rosario had 11, Japet Aguilar had a good game, had 5 blocks as well. RJ, medyo portable siya sa game na to, being guarded by RK Ilagan. Pero ang gusto ko talagang pag-usapan sa game na to, ang maiging talagang topic and main main spotlight, main highlight natin for today ay si Kemar Carino, who played 13 minutes mostly, or lahat second half pala. He had 11 points, 5 out of 7 shooting, had 7 rebounds, had a block, pero watching the game, parang mas marami siyang nagulo na tira ng kalaban eh. Marami siyang na-influence dahil sa length niya. And yung rebounds, yeah, he had 7, pero parang mas marami habang pinapanood mo. Maybe a good sign yun, no? Na parang sa stats parang 11-7, pero when watching it kanina, parang he had maybe 11 and 9 and 3 blocks. Parang ganun yung itsura kanina. Pero anyway, for Kemar Carino, very excited kasi ako sa kanya ever since. Kasi napanood ko siya sa Terra Firma and I love this game na he can be a, kind of a lightweight 5, pero he can be kind of a tall 4. Kumbaga, in-betweener siya between a 4 and a 5, na parang malaki siya for a 4. Maraming nagsasabi 6'8", NBA, power forward lang talaga. Pero sa NBA, being 6'8", pang center na yon. Pero pag nilagay mo siya sa center, he's kind of thin kasi medyo lightweight kasi siya. So, pag tinaom mo kay Junmar, mabubunggo siya, or tinao mo kay Arana na smaller than him, matatao talaga siya. Pero if you put him sa help defense, which is essentially the Japet role, diba? Si Japet, ganun si Japet noon nung kabataan niya. He's too thin to be a 5, he's too big to be a 4. Si Greg Slaughter yung nag-5, and pagdating ni Sistan kasi prime Japet na yun eh. Ayun yung Anthony Davis era ni Japet Aguilar. Pero going back to Kemar Carino, ang gusto kong gawin na point na parang meron siyang potential to be like a role player version of Japet, and that's not a bad thing kasi looking at Ginebra's roster, lalo na meron silang first round draft pick sa susunod na draft. Kung mag-align lahat ng stars and ng Galaxy, baka si Kay Maniladio ng 4 ang laro or 3 even, diba? Pero looking at their roster right now, they have Norbert Torres and Isaac Go na parehas magkaibang player pero similar in terms of, their effects sa loob ng court. Pero si Kemar Carino kasi, he brings a different kind of being a big man. Ano ba sinasabi ko? He brings in a different kind of impact sa big man position. Kasi si Japet, mas pino si Japet, pero si Kemar mas mobile kasi mas bata. Pero yung dalawa, si Torres and si Go, they're kind of similar pero different pa rin sila, pero nasa ibang dimension yung dalawang pares ng bigs na yon. Pero anyway, si Kemar Carino, ang pinaka nagustuhan ko sa kanya is despite coming off an injury, mobile pa rin siya. Makikita natin dito, ang bilis niyang bumaba dito para makabalik siya and defend Blackwater. Makikita natin dito is going to get the rebound, and yung length talaga niya for me is very important for Barangay Ginebra, especially sa 5 position. Minsan kasi nilalagay nila si Troy sa 5, and si Troy naman kasi, yes, he can be a 5, small ball 5, pero it would be perfect, diba, to have someone who is taller and lengthier para meron silang option na mas makapaglagay sila ng size. Kaya kagaya dito, 'di ba? May motor siya and meron siyang length. And si Troy can lurk around the rim, yung mga tapik-tapik na gano'n na Troy. Kumbaga nasa natural position si Troy, and Kemar Carino kaya niya mag-succeed being a 5 and being that tall lanky, high motor, stretch big for Barangay Ginebra. Na essentially that's Japet role, pero yun nga, role player version if si Kemar Carino. That's not a bad thing again. Kumbaga when I say na si Kemar Carino, may potential siya to be a role player version of Japet. Kumbaga compliment yun. Compliment yun. And in terms of scoring, again, the length, malaki na itutulong nun kay Kemar Carino to finish around the basket. Dito nagset ang Ginebra ng triangle offense. This is their classic sideline triangle. Pass to the top kay Stephen Holt. And si Kemar Carino dito sa pinch post. So, nasa scoring position si Kemar Carino rito sa pinch post. Stephen Holt, balik, pick and roll. Kind of a bad pass from Stephen Holt. Pero yung length nga ni Kemar, kaya sabay harap, hook shot, over the defense. And then dito naman, from inside now to outside, Riley Grigsby nagpo-probe sa may perimeter. Kemar Carino, alam niya kung saan siya pupunta, proper spacing, kind of a pick and pop. Again, shooting over the defense, being 6'8" or 6'9", being able to shoot na may ganyang klaseng tira. Advantage yun for Barangay Ginebra. If hindi magandang matchup, kunyari yung Isaac Go, medyo mabagal si Go for the matchup, and si Norbert Torres medyo wala sa hulog, pwedeng ipasok, isaksak si Kemar Carino sa posisyon, sa loob ng court, and he brings in a different dimension, and brings in a different kind of impact sa big man position. Kumbaga ganun pa rin, kaya pa rin shoot, kaya pa rin naman mag-rebound, kaya pa rin mag-finish, pero iba yung pamamaraan, iba yung methodology nga, sabi nila. Same result pero different yung yung paraan. Iba yung kumbaga sa mathematic sa nung high school tayo, required pakita yung solution. Iba yung pag-compute niya. Hindi siya nag-PEMDAS. Hindi ako magaling sa math pero sana na-gets na yung aking metaphor. And again, kapag gusto mo siya na maging big man, 'di ba? Pag gawin mo siya ng big man things, dito nasa dunker spot siya. Riley Grigsby drew 2 defenders, alley-oop papunta kay Kemar Carino kasi late yung tag dito ni number 14. So, again, ang haba-haba ni Kemar Carino rito, ilalagay na lang yung bola sa may ring. Again, like a role player version of a Japet Aguilar. And defensively speaking, again, na-surprise ako talaga kasi si Kemar Carino, it seems like meron talaga siyang natural ability or natural instinct defensively kasi makikita natin dito, tumalo na siya pero yung second jump niya, on time pa rin and on target pa rin kay James Una. That is very impressive Kung gagawin nyo ngayong bukas yan, kung magbabasketball, try nyo yung ganon, yung pagka-drop pass, second jump agad kayo. Ang hirap gawin na on time yung second jump na ganong kabilis and nasa target and hindi braso yung tamaan. Yung mga ganong klaseng instincts, natural yun for a defender. Kumbaga sa NBA, ang pinaka-lagi nakikita ko noon, pinaka-paborito kong gumagawa niyan, si Jonathan Isaac. If yung siya yung last line ng defense, magko-contest siya, sabay ida-drop pass, tapos magse-second jump siya dun sa nasa baseline, tapos masusupalpal niya pa rin. Yun yung mga talagang talent na lang, instinct na lang, and thankfully, si Kemar Carino, yan yung specialty of the house. Kumbaga, bonus na lang for me yung length niya sa offensive end, yung shooting niya, yung ability niya to finish near the basket, kasi ito talagang specialty of the house, and yung currently wala sa Ginebra, especially when Japet retires, ito yung mawawala big time for them, yung rim protection. And I hope, diba, ma-develop si Kemar Carino na maging solid rim protector for them for the future. Kasi sayang meron siyang tools application na lang, and alam mo yun, experience na lang, and this is looking great for Ginebra, assuming, diba, na makakuha sila ng talented young player sa next draft. Kemar Carino is a young player, RJ is a young player, Abis is a young player. So marami silang madedevelop. Even Isaac Go. Kung si Isaac Go mag-ala Luis Villegas na parang isang taon nakaka-calorie deficit, and now, di ba, nagpe-pay off kay Luis Villegas yung kanyang pag-lose ng weight. He's playing insane as of late. If si Isaac Go mag-lose ng at least 20 pounds, I think Isaac Go is going to unlock his game sa Barangay Ginebra kasi in theory dapat fit siya, and thankfully yung laro nilang dalawa ni Kemar Carino, na-prove na nila yan sa Terra Firma, na kaya nilang mag-exist together. And if ever na mangyari yun, di ba? Solid front court ang meron sa Barangay Ginebra.